Yo, we got them 20 likes, didn't we? We got that fast too. I don't know if I commanded it to bring it into fruition, but maybe I should do that more often. I just don't like doing that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, yo, get us 20 likes and I'll drop the other dream. You know what I'm saying? Which is part one to the latest dream video that I uploaded. But we got them 20 likes. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think I got any dream video that got 100 views yet, and that damn near got 100 views. But anyway, enough celebrating that, right? That small victory. This is part one. So just to bring you up to speed, I woke up in the middle of the night, like 3 a.m., and I took a look at a social media post that this woman had posted, and that allowed me to, therefore, consequently, astral project into, I guess you could call, their psyche, or at least another dimension to where we could interact. And the first time that it occurred, this is the dream that took place. All right. So now, mind you, I want to explain something to you first before I begin this. There's a way that sometimes in dreams you become cloaked. So being cloaked in a dream means that other people can't see you. Okay? And it's not always like that, because mind you, the other dream that I talked about, I was interacting with the girl and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Kicking it back and forth, touch the hand, all that. You know what I mean? This time around, I was face to face with her, like I could smell her. She smelled fucking good too, yo. But she could not see me. She could not see me. Alright? Kind of reminds me of that photograph that be floating around online, talking about the time traveler who got caught up in like a 1920s picture, or it was like from 1890s or whenever. They had a photograph that worked, but it didn't work the way that it works now. And dude looked like Fonz from the Happy Days type shit. Like he had the slick back, black hair, you know what I mean? The shades on. I think he had an iPhone and all types of shit. He was out of line, like he was out of pocket. Like he was time traveling. He was astral projecting, and he got caught up in somebody taking a picture, and his ass got caught up there. Why he wasn't totally cloaked from that, I don't know. But for him to be standing in the middle of the crowd like that, and nobody be like, yo, dude, where the fuck you get that shit from? Like, you don't belong here. He had to have been cloaked, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? But that's kind of like what I'm saying when a person is cloaked in their dream. A person can't see you. You could do a lot of shit too. I done did some shit in cloaked dreams to where I changed some shit in the timelines. But anyway, I don't want to drift into another dream. That's how this dream was. So it begins. I'm walking down the block. It's broad daylight outside. Beautiful sun out. But it's also fall time. This I know because I see the leaves on the ground. It's like, you know, the usual colors, the burgundies, the yellows, the browns. It's beautiful outside, right? There's a row of houses, brick houses, like it's a complex, you know what I'm saying? And they're two floors, duplex, I think they call it. 2 floors, all right? And it looks like a rather nice neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Now, in contrast to the other neighborhood that I'm talking about, this looks like a neighborhood that was more about the community being affluent than to actually show, oh, I got a big house, this many square foot. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like if you live in an area that got the average income of 150 grand and up a year or some shit like that, like this is where these people live, like in a complex type shit, you know what I mean? And it's probably like that on an 8 to 16 block radius. This is something that I just feel in the dreams. I just be knowing these shit in the dreams, yo. But in contrast to where I was in the other dream, this is like being a kind of showy, like, yo, look, I got this big ass fucking house, you know what I'm saying? Even though you might be Airbnb and half of it is, I don't know. Y'all know the description of the other dream. That's why I said maybe that's the case. So I walk up at a block, broad daylight, beautiful day out, and I see this woman, right? She's on the top deck of the duplex in her apartment, and she's got a robe on just like this one. This is terry cloth. Mine is purple. Hers is brown. Remember, we was talking about brown in the other video. Same dark color brown not the darkest, but dark brown. It's like chocolate brown, you know. Um, so she's rocking the robe. You know what I'm saying? She's on the top deck. So it's like a balcony. You know how you come out on the balconies that be on it. You know, I'm talking about the patio type shit. She on there. Now, boom. It gets interesting because it is like these meshes that happen during this dream to where they go back and forth to that actual geographical place. But that's where I first see her at, right? So I'm walking towards there, and I notice that she's there, and several other women come out from her apartment. Now, these are all like, I'm telling you, the aesthetics. They all got different robes on, but they all like different color browns, different color burgundies type, all four colors, right? None the same exact color as hers, but all a different mesh, a different blend. And they come out, and they like suddenly shift. Like, I ain't see nobody getting into no cars or nothing like that, but they all suddenly shift into an airport area. All right. And they're all like lined up, and the chick, you know, that I'm talking about, the main chick, the main character of the story, right? She's at this end, the far end. She's got an envelope in her hand. It's a little manila envelope. It's like this big, no bullshit. Right? So the little one, remember I was talking about the little one in the other dream, right? The little one, I would say, is about, I can't really tell how many years older, but I can tell you that they're about between 10 and 11, or between 10 to 15. 15 might even be a little stretch, but I'm like gauging the height. You understand what I'm saying? To the little person was just tugging on my pants, to now she's kind of like a big girl now. You understand what I'm saying? So, all right. She walks past them. She gets at the end towards the mom, and the mom passes her the envelope. And, you know, she's seeing her off. All of them are seeing her off to go on a trip, or to get on a plane. I don't know where the plane is going. I don't have all of those deets. I don't know. And it looks like the girl's by herself, too. And so the mom hands her the envelope. She leaves. She kind of like carries the attitude of she did when she was younger in the other dream. You know what I'm saying? It's not like she was like cursing her moms out or no shit, but she just said something. I don't remember the words, but her demeanor was just like, she's funny. You know what I'm saying? She got a sense of humor. Like, she articulates well or whatever. She's a bright girl. So she takes the envelope, hugs the mom, leaves, right? The mom is fighting back tears. This is a touching moment, but for whatever reason, I don't have a sentimental bone in my body during this dream. I just don't. I'm like, kind of like I am right now. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't be laughing. Like, that's not fucking funny. You know what I'm saying? But I was really there as an observer. I didn't have the same, you get what I'm saying? So, but I am watching this, and I'm just like, okay, I see the emotion being felt here. And she started embracing her sisters. I don't know if they were like blood sisters, but, you know, her sisters in arms. They took each other in arms, and they was just like, you know, holding each other down. And Mom Dukes was really fighting back the tears, like, you know, that's her baby going on a flight or whatever the case may be. Okay, I got it. It connected, it clicked, I got it. Boom. So that part disperses. The next thing you know, we're on a movie set. All right. No, matter of fact, pardon me. We're on a commercial set. There's a commercial being shot, right? So this beautiful chick that I'm talking about, right? She's famous now. I don't know. Maybe she is famous. I don't even fucking know. Maybe I need to do more research on this one. But in this dream, she's fucking famous. Or at least she's at the level of where she's doing content to where there's like lights, camera, action. There's somebody with one of them shits. You know what I'm saying? Like, take two, motherfucker. Like, it's one of them motherfuckers around there somewhere. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm privy to this information. Like, I'm still there. And this is how I definitely knew I was cloaked, because I walked right up on her. Like, I'm smelling her. Yeah, I know. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But this is when I knew I was definitely cloaked. Like, she looked right at me and could not see me. So I'm just like, all right, I'm, playing it close enough to, like, not interject and fuck something up. You know what I mean? Because I didn't get that vibe. There's been other astral projections where I got the nudge to, like, yo, move that, grab that, change that around. You know what I mean? I didn't get none of that this dream. Just watch, motherfucker. Just watch. All right, cool. So I'm watching. She's doing a commercial. I wish like I could recall fully what it was for. It was for an item. It was for a product of some sort. And it had like a comedic edge to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen people like laughing in the background who was playing the sides. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't tell you exactly what it was about. But what I could tell you what she was dressed in. She had a black turtleneck on. I couldn't see the bottom half of her body. Probably for good reasons. I've been distracted. But she's doing a commercial, boom, 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 boom. She's doing her thing, right? Start the show too, you could tell. Camera focused on her, she's the center of attraction. Now, boom. They yell cut. Now, as they're yelling cut, no, right before they yelled cut, I started hearing some dum 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 dum. So it was a banging on the glass, right? So I turned to the right of me. There's this dude in their apartment, but they're not in the same vicinity or same building as we are, as this commercial is being shot. It's like they're astral projecting too, and they're trying to get in. They're trying to like get her attention real bad. I'm talking about real bad. Not only that, that person is bad news. That person is bad news. They're famous as fuck at that. And I'm gonna just real quick, like, back in the days, my mom used to always be like, yo, I can't stand that motherfucker. And I used to be like, yo, mom, why you I used to be like, yo, why you always at homeboy like that? Every time he come on the TV and shit, like, you just be tweaking on dude. And she used to be like, I can't put my finger on it, but it's something about that motherfucker. I can't stand that motherfucker. And I'm like really looking at my mom's like, yo, okay, you know what I'm saying? But I will always laugh and shit. Come to find out years later, my mom's was on to something. She was right about something. This motherfucker is bad news. You know what I'm saying? But it also depends who you're asking. And I say that, I want to make a point of that right now because this is going somewhere. This dream has a lot to do about the future. Remember, I told you the little one is going to be a signifier of how much in the future or the past or the present that this is. This is somewhere in the future, maybe a different dimension, maybe in this dimension. It just didn't happen yet. But this is going to show people where the future is heading. It's going to be majority female-led, femininity-led. Let me say that, all right? And this person, this famous person that I'm talking about, has that edge that can play both sides, if you know what I'm saying. Allegedly. I'm not saying no names because y'all know I ain't with that clout chasing shit. I'm making it on my own. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to say this name. But if you're wise enough, you'll put the pieces together. So I'm looking at this person and I'm like, they are too eager. I'm talking about so anxious, so eager to get to this woman, right? And I'm feeling protective. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm feeling protective the whole entire time. Once I seen dude and I'm like, and I see that the whole banging on the glass shit, like the glass was there to protect her. I know I'm not stupid. Like, why else would the shit be there? Why couldn't he just go through the wall? You could go through walls and dreams and projections and all that. He could not go through the wall. That shit was like, dude, that shit was thick. Pause. And it was muffled as well. So everything he was trying to say to her, she could not hear the shit. It was muffled. It was like soundproof. But he did get her attention because they eventually yelled cut, right? They yelled cut. She heard the banging but couldn't hear him. And she looked out through the glass and she was like, oh, what's up? She was hyped too. I guess anyone would be if they see a celebrity, or maybe they know each other. Again, I don't know. I don't know if this chick is famous. She might be famous for. I don't know. I gotta probably do more research. I don't know. But during this time, she was definitely on her way. I tell you that. She had some shit going on for herself, and she was hype seeing dude. You know what I mean? She was like, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? Ready to get in conversation, but every word he said like muffled against this invisible wall, which I was relieved about, because I'm just like thinking to myself, like, I'm probably gonna have to jump on this nigga back and put him in a headlock or some shit, because I just couldn't see it happening. I couldn't see it. But this was shown to me to, again, deal with my psyche. Either I'm supposed to be looking at how I'm gonna say obsessive and abusive that this dude could be, as a warning to my own psyche, or to be on point for this woman, because I feel like obligated for some reason now that I'm supposed to protect her. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, this is when I really knew shit was going down. While he banging on the glass to get her attention, and she's like hype, like, oh shit, what's good? There's a woman in the background. This woman is famous as well, right? This woman is also known to have a gripe with the dude who's banging on the glass, for valid reasons, if you're like following the story or whatever the case may be. And again, this is all alleged. I'm not saying who did what. I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? But the way that the story is framed, if you look behind this beautiful woman at the start of the show I'm talking about, and you see the woman who's connected to that story, she's in the background, like on the upper deck, like where the lights be at and shit. And she's like going like this, yo, trying to get homegirl attention. You know what I'm saying? Trying to tell her like, yo, don't talk to that nigga, B. Like, get the fuck away from dude. You have no idea what he's here for. I know what he's here for. I seen it happen before. I know all about dude. Like, and I don't know, maybe she was waving to get my attention too. Like, yo, get her the fuck away from him, or whatever the case may be. Long story shorter, they didn't end up like meeting or shaking hands, no, none of that. You know what I'm saying? But that was the last part I seen of being in the area of the commercial. Boom, that part disperses. So now we're back at the duplex area where the complex is, right? She's back there with her girls. Now, at the same time that I could see them up there, it was like a live show being done. But at the same time, it was also like I could click a button on a computer and press play of the live show. Kind of bugged out, right? But just follow me. Nonetheless, I was able to see what it was that they were doing. So they were having like a podcast type like sit down. They were sitting Indian style and all that, you know what I'm saying? Some real Nubian, like, you know what I'm saying? Hippie type shit going on. I'm like, all right, I'm feeling the vibe. But again, mind you, I have like no emotions at all in this dream. I'm just watching, right? So they sitting down there, they kicking it. Now, there's this one dude who's there. And this is another important factor. This is why I'm making this a point too. There's this one dude there. He's obviously a homosexual, all right? Oh, I should have said trigger warning first. I should have said trigger warning in the beginning of the fucking video. But, you know, I'm not doing this to slander or hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? You are what you are. You do what you do. I don't give a fuck, B. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't press me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a heterosexual man. And that's all I got to say about that. All right? So, but this guy, he's evidently a homosexual. Well groomed though, well kept. You know what I'm saying? Dark skinned brother. You know, body built and all of that. You know what I'm saying? He got like this, I would say like a dashiki vibe going on. It was like sleeveless, but it had like some tribal patterns on it and shit. And he had like the big hammer pants on. And he's sitting Indian style with them too, right? So they're having this conversation on some podcast shit, and the woman had mentioned something. She was like interviewing him, like questioning him about something, and he said the most flagrant shit. I don't remember exactly in detail, but I just wanted to be like, hey, yo, pause, my man. Like, what the fuck? Like, it was crazy, right? And, you know, the sisters, they was applauding them. Now, again, You do what you do. You love who you love. I don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm an observer in this astral projection, and I'm like, okay, I see what's happening. It's like, okay. So what this is telling me, and I'm gonna make a point of this later when I make a correlation, is that the future, as I said, is going to be very feminine led. Women are going to be way more empowered than you even see them right now. It's going to be like a rewind in time, because that's how it was way back in the days, any fucking way. But anyway, this is what I'm seeing. And not only that, it's like, I want to say, in order for men to do well, they must be aligned with that sisterhood. Sisterhood is strong in the future. You understand what I'm talking about? And there's going to be a strong embracing of the, I would just say the less masculine type of male. Put it that way. You know what I mean? Because there's so many words and so many ways to cancel me right now. It's fucking ridiculous. But I'm saying what I need to say anyway. You know what I'm saying? Emasculated. I don't want to say that because I really don't have that proof. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, dude, that's his demeanor. That's the way he is. So I'm not going to be insulting people just to get a fucking, what do you call that shit? You know, a rise out of people, a shock value. There's no need for that. So, you know, so they co-signing it, they clapping, and they like, yeah. And I had the opportunity to click like on the video, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I told myself, listen, you're just here observing. She can't see you anyway. It's not like you're going to make out with this broad or nothing, you know? Y'all ain't going to be necking in the park. Nigga, like, let it go. So I don't click nothing. I don't touch nothing. I just let it play. Now, boom. He dispersed, I think. No, he didn't disperse. I think he stood there, but a little makeout session started happening between the chicks. And I was just like, oh, man. So now I'm sitting there. I'm entertained. I'm like, yeah, this is a hell of an observation. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm turned on by it. So I'm just like, well, there goes, like, you know, I don't want to say hypocrisy, but it's just like, there I go talking this straight male shit, which I am. But here I am watching two women kiss, and I'm all for it. Like, I got fucking pom-poms out for this shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like, go figure. You know what I'm saying? There's a saying that kind of like attaches to that. I just can't find it right now. But that happens, right? And then I'm just like, okay. Just another, I guess, factor to add on to how the future may be looking. But it's not like I haven't been in situations like that anyway. But that happened. Real brief. It wasn't too crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it just happened. And I'm like, all right, that happens. So now, I don't know if it was a website, if it was a YouTube channel. I can't say that I've seen any like YouTube emblems or iconography. Is that how you say it? I didn't see any of that. But it was set up like the interface looked like it could be something like that, or Amazon Prime, some shit, I don't know. But the woman had a lot of videos up there. You understand what I'm saying? Not only that, the thumbnail looked like, for every video, the thumbnail looked like it was her on the top deck of that duplex in the robe, in the brown robe. I thought she was smoking at first, but I don't think she smokes. I think she might have had like an incense or some Palo Santos or some shit. I seen smoke, you know what I'm saying? And so she's like that, and then there's like a either a dog or a fox hanging over the balcony rail looking down at the little one. So the little one is walking to like the store, I gathered. You know what I'm saying? So the dog or the fox is keeping watch over. Remember Crash Bandicoot? It looked just like Crash Bandicoot. Whatever Bandicoot, what is there such thing as a Bandicoot? I don't know. Get in the comment section if you know what a Bandicoot is, or if it's a fox or whatever the case may be. It looked just like Crash Bandicoot, but it looked like it was having watch over the little one to, you know, protect or just watch over, or whatever the case may be. And that was the thumbnail for each video. I looked at maybe like 6 videos back to back. All right. So I'm like, okay. Remember, I said they was recording content at this high quality level and shit like that, and it really looked like that. They had their shit arranged. I forgot the name. I seen the name of it and everything. I forgot that. It's tough getting all these details being in there all the time. But I seen that one of the videos was titled, "If I Woulda Knew Then What I Know Now." ... Right? I was like, okay. I probably would have clicked that. I probably want to see that. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have clicked anything just to see her ass anyway. But I seen that. There was another video that said one of the things that he taught me, and instantly I said, that's me. She's talking about me, something that I taught her. I don't know why, I just knew, I felt it, that it was about me. You know what I mean? But I didn't click that either. I'm just reading and I'm just observing, right? Boom. I see all of that. Now, I'm like, all right. So I'm thinking to myself, do I click any of these videos? Do I watch it? You know what I mean? Do I click like or any of that shit? It's just like, nah, let it all go, bro. Like, let that shit just be. So that's what I did. I let it be. Next thing I know, I wake up in my apartment, right? I'm in here, I'm astral projecting now. So I hear some rustling, right? Now, automatically, I'm like angry and upset because I don't have a rodent issue. I don't ever want a rodent issue. And if there's ever going to be a rodent issue, there's going to be a fucking issue here. You understand? So I'm getting up out my bed immediately to go address this situation because I'm just ready to kill it, whatever it is. So I get up, I walk around towards where my bathroom is, and there's a plastic bag hanging on my bathroom door. There's never a plastic bag hanging on my bathroom door. Never. So I'm like, what the fuck? But I could see the rattling inside the bag. So I'm just holding my head like, oh my fucking God. But I'm not having it. This thing either has to die today, right now, or it's going to make its own escape. So what I did was, I opened up my front door. I put like a stop at the bottom. Don't ask me where I got a fucking stopper from, but I put a stop at the bottom. I went over to the bag. I opened the handle of the bag and I stepped back. So motherfucking squirrel jumps out this bitch, right? A squirrel jumps out this bitch, lands on the ground, looks at me on some fucking Alvin, Simon, and Theodore shit, right? And just like giggles at me and shit. The motherfucker was like fat, like with chubby cheeks and all kind of shit, right? I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? And then it just darts off out the door. And I'm happy because I don't gotta, harm it or whatever the case may be. It wasn't a rat, a mouse, or anything like that. So then I closed the door behind myself. Now, to dream of a squirrel means that there's an aspect of your personality that is quicker than everyone else's. But not only that, like you can obtain information faster than everybody else, and you hoard it. Like you keep it to yourself, you keep things to yourself, you don't express things to nobody, you don't talk to nobody about nothing. And it made me think about the Aries video that I did when I was telling about how spiritualists are going to get messages inside their dream, this, that, and third. In the beginning of the video, I say, yo, you communicate in the dream because they can't hear you there. They can't eavesdrop on you there unless you got a master astral projector that's in there sharing dreams with you. So my first theory was to not share no information. But once it got to the end of the video, it was like, no, the card said to share the information, to stay on that shit, keep going type shit, right? So it made me think of the squirrel after I had the dream. I'm just like, damn, maybe that is an aspect of my personality, the way I be like getting all this inside information, if you will, and I don't be telling no motherfucking body. Like I be running polls to see if y'all want to hear about dreams that I had and shit like that. Like I don't tell people unless I get like a signal to be like, yo, call such and such and tell them that dream that you had about them. You know what I'm saying? But now that's that part, or it could also mean that you're being selfish and you don't want to share either. You know what I'm saying? And this can be like an anxious type of vibe to where you're defensive when anybody got something to say, and you snap back fast and shit like that. It can mean either or. You know what I mean? So I let the squirrel out of the door. I closed the door, and I'm happy. I told you I'm happy that it wasn't a rat or a mouse. I close the door. I turn around, look on the floor. It's a fucking mouse. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? So I'm startled by that. But I look and it was just like a harmless little mouse. You know what I'm saying? Like it was. I don't want to say it was cute because I don't think anything is cute about a mouse. But it was just like a harmless mouse, and it was white. So when you see a white mouse, that means that there's an issue that's being fixed in your life. You know what I'm saying? And it was like this fucking big. So I ain't go to like step on it or kick it or nothing. I just let that shit. I just let it go. You know what I'm saying? It looked at me too, like just let that shit go. So I see the mouse. So I go in the bathroom. I don't know too much information, but I go to take a shit, right? So I'm in the bathroom and shit. My door is open. It usually is. And what the fuck am I close the bathroom door for if I live alone? You know what I'm saying? So I don't, unless I got company, of course, but the fuck? So I'm just sitting there taking a shit. Now one of my boys walked past the bathroom door. I'm like, yo, B, what the fuck is you doing? This nigga look at me like, yo, what are you talking about? Like he gave me the look like, nigga, I live here too. He ain't say it, but that was the look. And I'm just like, oh, hell no. In my mind, I'm like, oh, hell no. Right? So, now mind you, this is my boy, though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen him in years, though, but check this shit out. I just had a dream maybe a night or 2 nights before this dream that he was in. And we got raided during an orgy. I know shit wild, right? But I'm just keeping it a bean with you. We was in a fucking orgy, a live-ass orgy. It might have been about 10 of us. Maybe about 8 of us are active. I don't know what the other 2 were doing. I guess cameras. I don't know what the fuck, right? But the point of it is we got raided by some real military frogmen motherfuckers. But these weren't your average military motherfuckers. These were like the dream police. They was in olive green gear with the bulletproof vests on. They had guns, real guns and all that. Like, they came in, they raided us. Get everybody, get the fuck on the floor. They was going crazy like it was a real blitz. We butt ass naked running around trying to find shit together. Bitches is already snitching like, I don't even know what I'm doing here. I just seen a flyer. Like, wow, this shit was funny, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So, come to find out, the way I know that they were dream police is because later on in that series of dreams that I had during that night, I seen one of the police dudes in another dream, and they was dressed up. They was undercover. I was undercover myself. I had like mad ghetto shit on. Like, I had a Vance and leather on with a big gold chain on. Like, I had earrings on and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was playing the gangster role. It felt like I was back in my fucking teens and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I wasn't supposed to be. I was doing some other shit. And I was like giving orders and all that, and shit almost got me shot. But that's another story for another time. Maybe if this gets 25 likes, I might drop that dream, right? So, or something similar to it. So, my boy that I walked past in the bathroom, he was in that dream. He was in the orgy with us. He got caught up in the raid. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to like put piece 2 to 2 together with that one, like, and this is what I came up with. This is what I concluded, y'all. I concluded that although the future is looking like it's being led by femininity, and it looks like they got the bag too. Like I told you, these sisters, they was done up. They was Nubian, hippie, like all slash just intuitive, spiritual. Like, they had the whole bag mixture to put together, and they looked like they had money. They looked like they came for money and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And once I seen that, it's just like I drifted back to the bricks. You know what I'm saying? Back to the city, to the urban areas, and I felt like maybe me and dude, this could be a couple of things. Maybe I couldn't afford a studio apartment no longer. What was that? Maybe 6 to 8 years from now, to where I had to have a roommate, and which I personally think is pretty sick. I think all men should live alone. I think everyone should live alone. Definitely men should live alone. And when you get to the point of where you gotta have roommates and stuff like that, I don't call it pride, call it whatever the fuck you need to call it, right? But I think when you get to that level, you have really entered the zone of oppression, and that really needs to be taken care of immediately as a man. But let's just say this is a dystopian movie or the future, and whatever the case may be, and it came down to that. I also was under the impression that heterosexual men are going to be under the pressure to be like, almost like sex slaves. Like, we better get out there and get the fucking, or we may not be able to pay the rent. We might have to have a roommate. You understand what I'm saying? And what made me think about that is the flashback of, I'm thinking about the other dream the other night when we got raided in the orgy. Like, what the fuck was we doing in the orgy? Like, I'm past orgy level. Like, you understand what I'm saying? That shit, me personally, you know what I'm saying? There's some other people out there still swinging and doing that shit at 50 and 60. Me personally, I'll fuck with 2 bitches, but I'm not getting in a room full of men and we kumbayaing with all these bitches, high-fiving, look back at it. I'm not doing all that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not happening. So I'm connecting the dots like, yo, it gave me this Fifth Element vibe, with the movie with Bruce Willis, where like he was just like, in order to survive, he had to like fly around and drive cabs. Really, in the future, where you could fly a car, you subject to drive cabs and just make it. And like, so I'm just thinking like, oh, I gotta go sling this dick in order to make it, in order to survive. I'm still in the bricks. I just left this broad. She's doing very well for herself. Now, let me also make this clear. There's been plenty of times where I've been offered to be taken care of by women. All right? Where they actually were buying my love, could buy my love, situations like that. And I'm not saying this to brag. Really, I'm saying this astrologically. Like, I have a placement in my natal chart that says I can marry into wealth, and I just might marry into wealth at any given time. at any given time. Like, it's there. It's like in the contract if I want to sign those papers type shit. You get what I'm saying? But like I said, I've been in situations like that before, to where, yeah, it's cool. It feels great to have women take care of you and shit like that. Just because it makes you feel special, it makes you feel important, it makes you feel like you're actually valued. And I feel like I got valued. You understand what I'm saying? But it can also excel to the point where they've bought you. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, you're like waking up in the morning and like, yeah, I gotta go see Jasmine and we're going to fly over here and I gotta go pick out the pillows. Do you like jasmine and cinnamon? And I'm like, bitch, I don't care. I want to play video games and shit. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, I don't care about the mocha latte. Just make me some motherfucking cafe bustelo. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little coconut milk and I'm good. Like, what do we gotta do all this? I'm not walking that fucking dog. No disrespect to the dogs and shit, you animal lovers and shit, but I'm not walking no dog to pick up some shit behind them. Like, what are we doing? You know? I don't want to wake up one day and that be my fucking future. You understand what I'm saying? Or be subject to that, you know? Have somebody else walk the dog. You walk the dog. You know, you do that part. But sometimes you could feel that way. And I just watched a movie last night called The Possessor. And it was about, well, the ending part was about like this man who felt emasculated by the woman that he was with because she was a daughter of a billionaire who ran a tech company, and you know, he ended up killing everybody. The movie was fucking bananas, but it just made me think of how much an alignment watching that movie is with me explaining this dream and the psych part of being subject to that type of thing. So my point there was being like, I could have stayed there with this woman. I could have, you know, I really feel like I got the gift of gab to even pull that off. Like, yo, yeah, I'm staying with you, shorty. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you, man. You want to shoot movies and shit like that? Yeah, I'll be behind the scenes. I'll watch over this whole shit. I'll protect you from predators. But it was just like, I just needed to see that for why I needed to see that, and then jump back to where I was in the bricks and think about it like, yo. And it got something to do with, this is something that I overlooked or I didn't overlook, but I forgot to say in the other dream, part 2, is that the moon was in Taurus on Valentine's Day. And it was a video that I posted not too long ago when I was talking about how the moon falls in Scorpio. And, you know, if you want to, I guess, perfect something, then you would want to think about how the moon is when in Taurus and to do your research and find out what that means. So I'm going to just say it now. The moon in Taurus, the moon is elevated in Taurus. All right. It excels in Taurus. But it means self-love. So now that I would reflect when the woman was doing the yoga poses and the stretches and all of that shit, it was like, that's an expression of self-love. You know what I'm saying? And we wasn't getting it on. We wasn't fucking and shit like that, because that's when the moon falls in Scorpio. Scorpio rules over the libido, the private parts. You understand what I'm saying? And that's when you actually release the chi, release the liquids. You understand what I'm saying? And with the moon being in Taurus, the night that I dreamt that put more emphasis on what things are like when you give yourself self-love and you use the imagination of being with another person, or you imagine those type of encounters, but you don't actually participate in them. And I say that to say this as well. When I seen the mouse, it made me think of the Utopia experiment. And in the Utopia experiment, and this is what made me also think about being a sex slave in the future as a heterosexual male, because remember, I was thinking about the whole working out, exercising and stuff, how I need to get back to it. I left this part out too. When I was done taking a shit, right, I looked in the mirror. There was an oval mirror on my bathroom wall. There's not an oval mirror on my bathroom wall, by the way, but mirror is a character that I developed in my mind from writing a book. I'm writing a series and shit, right? But here nor there, I looked in the mirror and I didn't like the size of my build. Like, I've been 10, 15 pounds heavier than this before. You know what I'm saying? More muscle and all that. And I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, I'm about to get back on that, because maybe I got to, you know, beef up the size, pause, because I got to protect shorty from this dude or dudes like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to protect women from these types of dudes, because if the future is largely feminine, who the fuck is going to protect them? And I'm not saying that women can't protect themselves. You know, there's a lot of women putting belt to ass out here and everything. They're carrying Glocks and all kind of shit. But is that how it's going to be in full totality? I don't know. But I kind of like digressed, but I didn't. Right, so I lost my train of thought real quick, right? So the Utopia experiment. Look it up. It's done by a researcher. I forget his name right now, but it's about, you know, he took a lot of mice, healthy mice, and you put them in an environment, built an environment for them, fed them well, well kept environment, this, that, and the third. You made another environment that countered that, like a fucked up environment. Studied the mice, seeing how the mice over here flourished, the mice over there didn't. Put them in the maze to run the maze. The mice that was in the good environment beat the maze. The mice that were in a fucked up environment couldn't beat the maze. Then he decided to put them all together. And what happened was, I would say the most successful out of these mice, I want to start there, is the females went up to upper deck apartments. Remember I said about the duplex, second floor? Those females were in upper decker apartments, and they were very cautious and selective. They would not let niggas come up in their apartments. Put it that way. Like, I gotta say it my way. You know what I'm saying? They was not letting niggas come through. No, you can't come through and beat the bunts. It's just not happening. You know what I'm saying? While madness was going down at the bottom level, they was wreaking havoc. So there was, now the men mice out of those groups were, they grew more, they put on more weight, they put on more pounds, something that I was talking about, right? They put on more pounds, they were well groomed, and they weren't thirst buckets, meaning they wasn't beating on a glass window trying to get bitches' attention. They wasn't running up on the upper deck like, yo, let me in, I'm trying to, you know what I mean? They wasn't doing none of that. And it might have looked like they weren't interested or they didn't like women, but they couldn't 100% detect that. They just seen that they were not aggressive towards the female mice. Now at the bottom, they had the feeding center in the middle and shit like that. So you got your bad boy mice, I guess you can call them, that was just Debo and shit, running around, drinking all the water, eating all the little fucking pellets and shit, and they was just like knocking niggas out who was trying to come for that shit and couldn't defend themselves. Like the smaller mice, they ain't know what to do with themselves, to the point they like cowered up in the corner type shit, to the point where some of them started snuggling up under more of the aggressive male mice, like on some, they want some dick shit. So they would fuck those mice. The other men will fuck the other men mice, and then they would go bully the other men mice that wasn't trying to like clout chase them, and they would be like, yo, fuck is y'all doing just standing around, y'all scared? Like, and they would take their butt too. They would like bite them on the fucking tail and all types of shit. Like they was just ravaging shit, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of the mice became homosexuals. I'm making this a point because this is where I see things are going, you know what I'm saying? I'm making an analogy to correlate that, compare and contrast with what's occurring in the world today. And of course this is not happening, I don't know what level is fucking happening at to tell you the truth, but nonetheless I do know it's happening. It made me think of that. So when I think about how the moon falls in Scorpio and I'm talking about edging and shit like that, like I'm making a point, like I'm saying something there, like be mindful when you release those juices, and when you release the juice and you reproduce bars, because you can find yourself in predicaments where like you got to take care of other people. Like that's a responsibility to take care of other people, which would be your kids. And then the next thing you know, the next thing you may not know. Like you don't know what the future is of that's going to be necessarily. You know what I'm saying? I kind of digress, but that's the major point that I wanted to make. Y'all would actually have to get in the comment section, I guess, and like chime in on what your thoughts about what you heard, what I might have skipped over, what I might have overlooked, the parts about self-love, maybe moon, as elevated in Taurus in contrast to falling in Scorpio, and you know what I mean. This is the information given to me though, and I just thought I'd share it because I've done tarot readings that suggested that I do so. Anyway, if you like this video, give it 25 likes and I might do another dream. No, I will do another dream video if this gets 25 likes. I'm going to just keep the streak going because dream videos don't seem to tap into the algorithm like that as much as, the more popular readings do. All right, I'm out.